seen a fair bit of Andrew Swallow doing that up to the 19 disposals now for the game.
Fantastic tonight. By far the best of his 3 games back. He started to do some things that were the Andrew Swallow of previous years.
It's funny, after being injured, I almost feel like I'm back at the start of my career, just trying to get back out there and get amongst it and try and get a kick.
I saw some things from him tonight that were just thought he's starting to come back to the Andrew Swallow we know. So it was led by example tonight.
I thought I was much improved on Sunday night and still probably got another couple of levels to go to.
Yes, he was certainly getting back there, wasn't he, on Sunday? Andrew Swallow, and the captain of North Melbourne, joins us at the desk. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Must have felt good. I know you had a couple of games back already after about 9.5 months out, but it must have felt a bit more like your normal self on the weekend.
Yeah, it did. Probably struggled in, especially the week before against Geelong, just my attack at the footy, getting in there and winning it, and I was just proud to get back in it and amongst it and help the boys out and play my role.
Is that a purely physical thing, or is it a trust in your body, or what is it?
Yeah, I think it's probably just a trust in the body. Looking back at the injury, I just took off, went to run and Achilles snapped. So I think just subconsciously, even though I go out and wanting to work, go and attack the footy, it was probably just in the back of my mind. So just probably took a couple of games to get back in it, to feel like I can, just go and do what I used to do.
I don't want to paint a bad picture, but that game against Geelong I thought was the worst game of football I've ever seen you play in regards to touch.
Yep.
I was looking at you because when the game loses a guy such as yourself for 12 months, everyone just wants him to get back and play well. And I watched you against the Cats down there, and I'm going, oh, he can't grab it. He's lost. And when I watched you on the weekend against North, especially that play when you grabbed the ball and kicked that point, I thought I was wrapped. That confidence, one touch, confidence, and running through the contest was back. Were you nervous leading up to the West Coast game?
Yeah, I've probably been really nervous before every game. Just worried, am I going to get through the game? But yeah, as you said, like I was poor against Geelong, and I probably, going into when I knew I was coming back, I sort of had to just take stock and go, well, it's probably going to take me a month or two to. So although I was bitterly disappointed with my performance, I still knew that it's going to take me a while to get back. So I tried not to dwell on it too much and just moved on.
What happened on the weekend? What did come back? Was it the touch? Was it I don't know, the timing of the use of the body in the contest? What did
probably
you
a bit of touch, but just I really just narrowed my focus just to pretty simple. See the ball there, go and win it. That was it.
That's your normal focus, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I probably thought it was, but it obviously didn't come out in the game the week before. So yeah, I just made it simple for myself and spoke to the rest of the midfield group and just got them to hold me accountable to it.
Being out for 12 months, did it and your captain, how did it change you as a captain being out for 12 months? Did it make you a better captain, looking at the game differently?
Yeah, I definitely think it has. Sitting back and actually watching how much of a role, on-field leadership plays in the game, and realise that I actually really need to stamp my authority and really lift. And when I'm not doing that, the team suffers. So, yeah, just I suppose having
so you've come back more aggressive, you think?
I think, hopefully, and then over the rest of my playing career now, I can actually do a bit of that, stamp my authority, because there were certain things that I looked at my game beforehand and I thought I can definitely take it to the next level and I can definitely improve our team by doing it. Just
further to that, we use it a lot about other teams that are struggling, they need more leadership out there. So do you, like other people then might say, oh, the captaincy role, it's just a role, it's just a title, it doesn't mean anything. Has your views changed on that over time? Or?
No, it probably hasn't changed over time, but you probably need when you talk about your leadership, it's your 6 to 7. Our sort of leadership group. You need those guys who are really standing up, and probably there was times where in the past couple of years it hasn't always been. I haven't always probably led as well as I could have. I think I've done as well as I knew to, but it's just given me a bit of a I don't know, sitting back and looking at it and going, okay, actually, it does make a massive difference. I need to take it on myself.
If anything, I think there's been a spread of leadership at North Melbourne Development. I think Hutto had for his Wednesday love, Levi Greenwood. And I think Levi Greenwood in 9 games this year has gone from not getting a game to being a real instrumental person, not just with the footy. The way he goes about footy, setting the example. Sam Gibson's another one. And seriously, I mean, Ben Cunnington and his season to date. So everyone was thinking, oh, where's Zeeble? Where's that? You know, what are they going to do without Swallow? I actually think it's been spread further, which clearly helps the team.
Well, I think listening to Brad's press conference after the game, he reiterated in the review, it was our probably most even performance. It wasn't probably the most prettiest.
No, it wasn't a pretty game.
You know, if you went back to every player, not every player had their best game they've ever played, but it was just an even spread. So the more we can do that, it's going to make it. We're going to win more games doing that.
A lot's been made about your performances on the road, and rightfully so. They've been sensational in terms of who you've been able to beat. Yet you've been inconsistent. You've had a couple of losses at home that would have really disappointed you. The Collingwood one probably the worst. Have you got a thought on why that's happened?
It's been frustrating, that's for sure. We've gone back and looked at it, and you always get effort from our guys. But
I know what it was. Can I answer it? Because you can't.
Yeah.
I reckon it was the wet weather game in Sydney took a fair bit of... You play Sydney and Sydney anyway, it's one of the most physical games. You play Sydney and Sydney in the wet, where it is a grind for 120 minutes, I think there might have been some residual going out. Not taken away from Collingwood. Collingwood's pressure that day was sensational. News guys couldn't stand up and crack through it. But I think the week before might have had a little bit in that.
I would tend to... I would not like to take that road. I think... it doesn't matter. The good teams win week after week. Doesn't matter who they come up against, where they play, and we're just battling at that at the moment. And we've identified a couple of things. In the games we've lost, we've been smashed in contested footy. And if you're going to win a game these days, you need to be around the mark or break even, if not up. And we've really struggled in all those games.
I've got a stat going in tomorrow's Herald Sun that the 5 times North Melbourne have won the contested balls, the 5 times they've won that game. So the correlation is there for everyone to see.
Yeah, and so that's a pretty simple focus for us going into this week. It was a great result going over and beating West Coast over there, but it really doesn't.
So the onus is on you now, isn't it, to have a win? Big game against Richmond. You're going to wear the Indigenous jumpers again. Why is that?
I think it's just a great opportunity to wear it in front of our home crowd, and I know Lindsay Thomas and Daniel Wells are really proud to have it as their jumper, and we think we've got the best Indigenous jumper going around. I think it is great, and they've done a lot of work. Lindsay was the one who really drove that process, and I think it's great. So to have another opportunity to wear it in front of our home crowds, it's going to be great for them. Oh,
great to see you back out there again. Well done on 150, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty more. I'm sure you'll savour it after your break. So we wish Andrew Swallow all...